What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including WWE announces Randy Orton's injury. This was kept as top secret to WWE superstars. Sad news for Kevin Nash. Tiffany Stratton addresses an attire malfunction. Was Seth Rollins in the new MCU movie? Jacob Fatu breaks character. A WWE Champion Sued, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new videos on Wrestlelamia XL. And now let's see the intro and get straight into our first story. Our first story looks at WWE announces Randy Orton's injury. Now, our top story today takes a look at the fallout from WWE's injury angle with Randy Orton and how it appears that the WWE legend is going to be out of action for some time. Orton was taken away in an ambulance on SmackDown this week after his former friend Kevin Owens hit a devastating piledriver on him. Now, the piledriver is a banned move in WWE, so this was a huge deal, and WWE have quite rightly portrayed the piledriver as being one of the most dangerous moves there is. In an update on WWE's Resident Viper, WWE took to their socials last night to state, after last night's brutal attack by Kevin Owens on SmackDown, Randy Orton has been diagnosed with a cervical cord neuralgia. There is no timetable for his return. Now, this of course is a kayfabe injury, yet the nature of the kayfabe injury suggests that Orton will be taking time off. It's not exactly clear what the WWE's creative direction is for Orton, however we can assume that Cody Rhodes vs KO Part 2 for Survivor Series is the plan. Some fans on X have theorized that Orton could be returning during the match to potentially cost Owens the WWE title. Now, this may be far too soon, as the annual Survivor Series is just a few short weeks away. There were rumors that Orton vs KO would be on the Saturday night's main event card next month, and this would give Orton over a month off to sell the impact of the piledriver. Whilst Orton is locked into a blood feud with Owens, it appears that all roads, pun intended, lead to an eventual Orton vs Rhodes WWE title showdown, potentially at WrestleMania 41 next April. What are your thoughts on WWE handling this storyline? Let us know in the comments. Next up is Goldberg AEW-Bound. Now, it was confirmed last weekend that Goldberg will be having his final WWE match in 2025. Goldberg has been teasing a final match for years now, and it looks like it's officially been scheduled for some point in the upcoming year. Whilst this does appear to be a one-time deal for Goldberg, a certain AEW name is actively pushing for Goldberg to sign for the company, and he cites it would be a big payday for the WWE Hall of Famer. The name in question is Jim Ross, who had this to say on his podcast. When he was 17 years old, I was officiating high school football and he was playing for the Edison Eagles, defensive tackle, and he ain't been blocked yet. He's an athletic freak without question. Hey look, there's a big payday there for him and our agent Barry Bloom. It gets him restarted as far as his awareness is concerned for other projects. It may be a one-off in the ring, but it's a multi-level prospect if he does it, if he gets himself back on television. A Goldberg going to AEW after a final match in WWE would be a bold move, but it seems unlikely based on Goldberg's rather negative comments towards Tony Khan in the past. Nevertheless, stranger things have happened, and this is pro wrestling after all. Do you guys have any interest in seeing Goldberg in AEW? Next up, this was kept as top secret to WWE superstars. Now, on SmackDown this week, WWE formally announced a new mid-card title for the main roster women, the Women's US title. This has been a long time coming, and it's been rumored for the majority of 2024. According to Sean Ross Sapp from Fightful Select, the women on the WWE's main roster didn't know that the United States title announcement was coming until the day of, which seems to imply that the creation and introduction of the title was kept top secret backstage. Now, it's possible that WWE wanted to surprise their female roster with the big reveal, as a lot of social media reactions felt rather spontaneous. In relation to how the inaugural champion is going to be determined, it is said in Fightful Select's report that they aren't sure how the first champion will be crowned. A tournament does seem like the likely option, and this will be a cross-branded tournament, as it was confirmed that the title will be eligible for both Raw and SmackDown talent. Our fans have had fun on social media this weekend fantasy booking potential winners of the new title. Last things stand, fan favorites includes names such as Michin, Chelsea Green, and even Naomi. There have been a few suggestions that an established name such as Charlotte Flair or Becky Lynch should become the inaugural champion. Whilst this would be a controversial move, and definitely contradicts the point of a new mid-card title for the women's roster, it would instantly help enhance the new title to the audience. Plus, that woman who defeats the established name would be an even bigger star as a result. But who should be the first champion? Let us know. Next up, sad news for Kevin Nash. Now, there's some upsetting news to share in relation to Kevin Nash's health. It's been confirmed that Nash was pulled from his scheduled appearances this weekend, as Nash would issue a formal statement to fans via social media. Kevin Nash reached out to us directly with a video message explaining that he's been dealing with herniated discs in his back. He's been back and forth to therapy and working with his doctors, but his condition has unfortunately made it impossible for him to travel this weekend. We're sad that he can't join us. We are grateful that Kevin Nash took the time to record this message for everyone. We extend our well wishes to the former world champion and hope he's on the mend very soon. Next up, Tiffany Stratton teases Money in the Bank cash-in. Now, there's been some criticism as of late in relation to how often the WWE have teased Tiffany Stratton cashing in the Money in the Bank briefcase. The basis for the criticism is that the more WWE teases the cash-in, the less impact the eventual cash-in will have. With that being said, Stratton is now teasing her cash-in date. During an interview with Gorilla Position, Stratton opened up,
I don't know, maybe I'll cash in there. Maybe I won't even have a match. Maybe I'll just cash in and become champion on the premiere. You'll have to wait and see. It's gonna be a surprise and it's gonna be epic.
She openly stated that she could potentially cash in on the Raw on Netflix premiere in January. This would be an exciting move for WWE to take, especially when it's taken into account that WWE wants to make the first Raw on Netflix feel like a major premium live event. The date of Stratton's cash-in likely depends on their long-term plans for her. There have been prominent rumors that they could be potentially looking to book Stratton vs Charlotte Flair's women's title match at WrestleMania 41, and if this is indeed on the horizon, then Stratton needs to cash in between now and April. Next up, Tiffany Stratton addresses an attire malfunction. Now, things can happen in the ring at any time, and sometimes they include attire malfunctions. This is something that Tiffany Stratton recently suffered during the UK tour. Stratton would have her tights ripped, and according to Stratton on X, the malfunction was caused by taking stiff slaps from Naomi. Tiffany Stratton tweeted, "Now you'll know why my tights were ripped the whole tour." Now, if you look closely, the tights were actually torn on SmackDown too, so it looks like Stratton is turning the wardrobe blunder into a new trend. Not so long ago, Tiffany suffered another embarrassing malfunction, as during a match with Bianca Belair in the quarterfinals of the Queen of the Ring tournament, Belair went for a back suplex and her arms were locked around Stratton's waist, but they also held on the lower half of the garment. As she was hoisted up, unfortunately for Stratton, there was a lot on show. Luckily, she managed to put her hand in the way, so not too much was exposed. It just goes to show anything can happen during a match. Next up is Seth Rollins in the new MCU movie. Now, Marvel Studios dropped the new trailer for the Captain America Brave New World yesterday, and fans were quick to notice that Seth Rollins appeared to be in one of the shots. Rollins' involvement in the movie was public knowledge for some time, but it's great to see that his part has been cut. WWE fans were posting screenshots of sections of the trailer that appeared to show Rollins' character. However, according to Rollins on X, he's not in the movie. Is Rollins trolling and simply trying to keep his involvement under the wraps? Well, it's worth noting that as things stand, Rollins is listed as an official cast member on the IMDb movie listing. Next up, Jacob Fatu breaks character. A footage is circling on social media of Jacob Fatu breaking character backstage to interact with Jey Uso's son. In the clip, Fatu states,
"Let's go, boys.
Let's go.
I'm here with my nephew, Jay. He's awesome. Hey, shout out to my nephew, Jace, for being such a great Fatu. Shout out to his parents for being such great parents. God is good, God is great. Late, boy. Woo!"
The clip is incredibly wholesome and Fatu seems like a great guy to be around. Next up, WWE Champion Sued. WWE Champion Cody Rhodes is officially being sued. Reports of the lawsuit were first known in September, but now major media outlets are running with the story and claim that Rhodes has just a matter of days to respond to the lawsuit. The report from the Boston Herald reads, "The frontman of Boston's own hardcore punk band American Nightmare sued Cody Rhodes, a professional wrestler with the WWE, over his use of the band's name in clothing and other merchandise, a move the singer argued violates an agreement between the two men," court documents show. Wesley Isold, the lead singer of the band, said in the court documents that he struck an agreement with Rhodes, whose real name is Garrett Runnels, after the wrestler attempted to trademark the American Nightmare, the name he uses to promote himself. The report goes on to state that the lead singer of the band is seeking almost $1 million in damages. And finally, a Ruthless Aggression era stable reunites. Our final story today takes a look at some wholesome news relating to a former WWE stable. Current AEW star Shelton Benjamin has taken to Instagram to post a photo of himself, Kurt Angle, and Charlie Haas. Of course, all three members were of the celebrated stable known as Team Angle between 2002 to 2003. All three members of the faction look fantastic, and it's great to see Haas make a rare public appearance. But there you have it, folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.